Okay, Brambro back with some ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Our Austria-Hungary campaign, which has been running since 1910, and we're getting into the second half of 1913. Where we left off the last episode, we had 4 battles here in the Eastern Med, 2 down here in the off of Italy, and then 2 up here in the Adriatic. One of them isn't all that terribly big. It's just a couple of CAs against a CA, a CL, and a DD. But the other one, if I recall correctly, is pretty large. That'll be fun. Let's get this little one done first. Before getting into that, I will mention that there has been another update, and we are now in 1.08.2 live, which I just took a quick look through the notes, and I think it's mainly just trying, to be honest, quite a few of them seemed like, okay, we fixed this once and it didn't work quite right, now we're going to try to fix it again. It was the basic message I got. But one of them said, okay, we think we fixed the last issues with all the alliance stuff. And in your existing games, it should all resolve as soon as you advance a turn. So we'll see if that happens with this weirdness we've been having with Italy. Who, by the way, let's just check politics. Yeah, we remain plus 95 with Italy despite sinking Italian ships left and right. So we'll see if it resolves as we head into October. Before that happens, though, we got a couple more battles to fight. Okay, Carl VI and Tiger against Ruggiero, Ruggie, Brindisi, and I would presume that the anglicization of that term would be audacity. So that's what I'm going to say. Alright, let's fight this. I think our heavy cruisers, given that I did not optimize them for tactical map combat, I think they've been doing okay. We'll see if they continue to do okay in this battle. Okay, enemy smoke to the southwest, off we go. We don't have any torpedoes to turn off. I'm sure people will have noticed by now, watching this campaign and the Italian campaign before that. I don't often use a lot of torpedoes on my ships. Part of that is just kind of personal preference. And then, but more recently, with some of the changes that have happened in the game, gunfire appears to be stronger than it used to be, and torpedoes appear to be weaker than they used to be. I mean, torpedoes definitely still hurt, no doubt. However, they kind of veer off course a lot now, and there's torpedo duds. Let's slow our speed down for cruise speed. And actually, let's hold on a minute now. What do we got here? Is this the destroyer? I think it is. And has this destroyer fired torpedoes? Are we within torpedo range? It's not telling us because it's not identified yet. But I bet we are. I bet there's torps in the water already. With that in mind, let's just do a hard turn. And we'll split Carl VI out and have Carl VI do a hard turn as well. And let's just get this destroyer taken care of first. Make sure they stay. Yeah, sure enough, there was a torpedo in the water. Hopefully I made that turn early enough. I think I did. Okay, Carl 6, you can just kind of... Well, let's just steady him out. And keep running kind of away from the destroyer if we can. Kind of lengthen the time until it gets another good firing solution. Because no doubt it is reloading those tubes. As a matter of fact, let's just completely turn away from it. Because I don't think it's going to have a nice torpedo firing solution here pretty soon. Yeah, there are more fish in the water right there. Okay, I think Audacity is about there. Okay, that threat is done with. And we know that their light cruisers are loaded down with torpedoes. Yeah, 28 torpedoes on Brindisi here. So she is definitely the next target. She hasn't pickled any off yet. Somebody was asking, hey, zoom in on the ships a little bit more. How's that? She's getting banged up a little bit now. She hasn't fired torpedoes yet. Our cruisers have their 1.1s firing now. With a pretty decent chance to hit. I don't know if Brindisi is going to be able to fire torpedoes or not at all. Well, wait a minute. She has fired 4 somewhere because she had 28. Hard left, maybe too late. Or she might have just had some torpedo launchers destroyed. That actually feels like the more likely explanation for why she went from 28 to 24 torpedoes. Because she wasn't reloading. I think that's what happened. Let's just straighten out here. How are the 1.1s doing for damage? Well, 766 from the casemate 1.1s and 1158 from the 1.1 mounts. And that's just from one of the destroyers. Decent numbers on the other cruiser as well. So, yeah, the 1.1s are actually pretty good at closer ranges against a light cruiser. And possibly the destroyer as well. They were firing at the destroyer as well. So they may not be completely useless. Okay, Brindisi done. All right. Let's get turned around here. These cruisers do have a pretty good turning circle on them. There's Ruggiero, yeah, Ruggiero has torps as well. 4.1 though, we can get significantly closer. Let's just head over this way. 8-inch guns, 6.1s, 5.4s, 4. Yeah, it's a lot of different guns there. Where are the? Looks like just one tube, port and starboard. I don't see any bow tubes. Okay. She's actually got a okay chance to hit on these 6.1s, which aren't too much smaller than my 6.9s, but of course it's just the 4 single mounts. You know, I slowed these ships down to cruise speed quite a while ago, and they still... Oh, no. Okay, yeah, they're at cruise speed, 19. I was thinking they were still at 23. But that was showing the max speed, not the current speed. Well, Tiger isn't firing. Not with 6.9s. That's better. Now let's see if she fires again when she reloads. No. Well, I guess that became a moot point. Okay, somewhat decent accuracies for the main guns, considering that, you know, there were smaller targets, CL and DD. So not only smaller, faster targets, but also at least some of the time, not all the time, they were under smoke. So that's pretty good. And not bad on the secondary guns. And as we saw, the 1.1-inch guns, unlike some of the previous battles with the battlecruiser, in this case, the 1.1s made a pretty good contribution, I thought. Okay. And now we have a much larger battle. A whole bunch of cruisers against a whole bunch of cruisers. 8 heavy cruisers on both sides. We have 2 battle cruisers. They have 3 light cruisers, and then a couple of DDs as well. I don't know if the DDs are really going to make much of a contribution. I'm not going to do what I did previously, where I just kamikaze my DDs in on a torpedo attack. I'm just going to keep them out of the way, I think. If I, unless I forget about them because I'm microwaving a whole bunch of ships, which could very, very, very easily happen. Oops, there go the destroyers. Oh well. I think I will have to kind of hammer the initial formation into something different. So I may cut out a little bit at the beginning while I kind of get everybody sorted. Okay, let's just pause for a second here. Yeah, so the 2 battlecruisers are in their own division, and then we've got some heavy screening. We have a separate battle line of 1 heavy cruiser with 3 more screening us. Then we got the transports, and then we got the destroyers following. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to have 2 different divisions of heavy cruisers. So I'm going to pull all these guys into this division. going to take these out of screen and into follow. And then I'll maneuver these independently, and I'm going to have the destroyers follow. I'll have them follow, but I'm not going to have them follow the cruisers, the battle cruisers. I'm going to have them follow this second line of heavy cruisers. And then we're going to have a whole mishmash of collisions and crap while that all takes effect. Ready, go! Surprisingly fluid there. How there wasn't a collision is amazing. Oh, sounds like there was one somewhere. Still, that could have gone worse. Battle cruisers. Let's just slow down here. Just slow to cruise. Slow to cruise. Everything is kind of sort of maybe sorting itself out. As a matter of fact, battle cruisers just slow down to like 16. Well, we're engaged now. Okay. I need to slow that down. There's going to be too much to micro. Let's keep it a little bit slower. As this one cruiser, ostensibly the leading cruiser of a cruiser division, but all of its buddies are way behind them. Okay. Well, I don't want these battle cruisers out in front. I'm just going to turn them completely around and head back this way. These cruisers will eventually follow along and will eventually kind of screen in front of them, and then uh-oh. Flash fire on a destroyer. That's really not that common. I think there was a torpedo over here that was too far in front to be a threat to Leoben, too far behind to be a threat to the battlecruisers, and too far ahead to be a threat to Kopfenberg. Not sure what it was fired at. Okay, well their DDs are taken out. That's a good thing. I think Leoben, if I can get the correct ship. Oh, it got damaged enough where it's no longer the lead in that particular division, which seems a little odd. It's not hurt that bad. Oh, it's fallen into the DD division. Oh, come on. Let's see. I better make... Well, first of all, let's get Leoben back into the correct... Nope. Is that right? Back into the correct division. And somehow I pulled the two DDs into that. Just have the DDs cut back over this way. And so, okay, well, Leoben became the division leader again, somehow. I thought it would just tack her on to the end behind Spalato. It appears not. Okay. I think this is fine with the battle cruisers. We can kind of angle them over this way. They don't need to go back over behind the transports. Okay, and this whole division should be all focused on this same cruiser. Okay, that's looking okay. Is this kind of sorting itself out? Not really. Well, if this ever gets sorted out... Actually, it's kind of keeping this division from plowing right into the middle of these light cruisers. So, ultimately, it's sort of working out okay. Where's our destroyers? Yeah, just stay back here and try not to get run over. Hey, Coatit, how's it going? Got a lot of ships shooting at you, don't you? How's that working out? Not so hot, I'd say. Actually, Sparviero isn't doing too much better. Is that a torpedo over here? Yes. Just as she was about to sink, Coatit was able to get one shot off. Oh, it's too far in front, though. Actually, I don't think that that rudder order mattered because they're in follow behind the battle cruisers. Okay, well, everything in sight. Here's another one over here. It's got to be another light cruiser, right? No, I think that's a heavy. Okay, well. Let's get this division all firing. I mean, everyone's firing on her, gotta be. Because she's the only one. Nope, we got more in sight back here. It's our destroyers. Let's bring them back over this way. So we've got the battlecruisers coming back through here. Let's bring this division back over this way as well. That cruiser's actually not doing too bad so far. Irania. Yeah, looks like Panda actually got caught in some collision avoidance there. Let's bring the destroyers back around this way. Oh, they can slow down a little bit. Go a mere 30 knots. I don't want them firing torpedoes. If I'm not paying attention, they might be almost as likely to hit one of our guys. Well, I thought I had these guys following the battlecruisers. It doesn't look like they're following the battlecruisers. Let's just have them go steady for these. Let's keep these cruisers out screening in front of the battlecruisers. Oh, did not mean for the destroyers to get that close. Are well within torpedo range. As long as you're here. Smoke up. Shit, he's not the leader anymore. you see that thing veer off right there? Errant torpedo. Crap. I really do not mean for these destroyers to get in trouble. Looks like they're getting in trouble. Alright, Pandora, just get out of here. Back up to speed. Well, D2 rather. They're all Pandora. Ow. Oh, dud. Good. Keep disengaging. Just head out that way. Retreat. Well, that's fine. Okay, I think that division's doing okay. Oh, slow these guys down to cruise for better accuracy. Okay. Okay, so I understand why this division was jacked up for a little while at the beginning. I don't understand why they're still having issues. I mean, I think by now they should have been able to kind of get their spacing and steady up a little bit better than they have done. Because these guys, you know, serpentining back and forth are kind of killing their accuracy while they're doing that. See, they keep overcorrecting. Oh well, what are you going to do? Well, what I could do is simply detach every ship and maneuver them independently. I really don't want to do that with, what is it, 12 different ships. Can't quite read the name of that. Padrona. Looks like you got a fair amount of fire going on there. It's looking a little toasty on the old Padrona. Padrona's down. How about Santa Maria? Because now she's going to get a lot of attention. Let's slow that down a little bit. Turn this division this way a bit. Let's turn this division this way. I think the battlecruisers are probably fine just as they are. Roberto coming into view. She just go out of view? I guess so. Well, okay. Next in the barrel. Yeah, we have a whole nother cruiser division coming into view now. What's our distance? 10 kilometers, 12 kilometers. The BCs are probably okay where they are. Except I need to speed them back up a little bit. I made them real slow to let that cruiser division catch up to them, and then I detached and had the cruiser division maneuver independently, so there's no reason for them to stay down at 16 knots. From top speed, when you slow them down to cruise, that increases accuracy. But then if you slow them down too much below that, it starts to degrade again. That said, we don't need them getting that close. Let's get these battlecruisers turned around back this way. And let's pull this division over this way between the enemy and the battlecruisers. Kind of off in that direction. It's fine. And then this other division. Farnetzi. It's taking most of the fire. Leovin's taking a fair amount of fire as well. So far, seems to be doing okay. She's firing her 6.9s, unlike the heavy cruiser was doing in the last battle. Oh, God. Whereas this division isn't nearly having those kinds of problems. Yeah, vast majority of the damage coming from the 12.9s on the battlecruisers, as we would expect. Huge chunk of damage coming from the 4-inch casemates, though. Okay, Wiener Neustadt has now become the lead of this division. I guess Leoben has taken enough damage where she's falling out of line. Let's go ahead and get this division closer. Serena is now the one tanking all the damage. And they're continuing to focus on Leoben. Serena's got a lot of fires going. What's Leoben doing for... Yeah, she's not doing too great for crew losses either. Down to 12 knots. Even though she hasn't taken propulsion damage. Let's loop this division back around toward the battlecruisers. There goes Serena. Kopfenberg's division getting a little closer now. Working on finishing off the Santa Maria. Let's not get them caught with fire coming from both directions. Let's just ease them over this way. Artemisia is now firing at the San Giovanni. Oh, there goes Santa Maria. Good. Okay. This is working out okay over here, I think. Sinking here, sinking here. So we've got Vettor Pisani and San Giovanni still floating for the moment. Looks like Vettor Pisani is getting most of the fire now. Oh, San Giovanni sunk from fire. And Pisani is full of, look at that hole. Almost every compartment. Yeah, extensive fire for her. And now our two new customers are Farnese and Roberto, who have come back in division. I think these are the last two. I think we've taken care of everybody else. Right. Let's get this division turned around back this way. Apparently Vorarlberg, Voral, Vora, apparently Vora has taken on the lead for this division. Let's get them moving closer. Get the battle cruisers moving closer. Okay. Well, due to damage, I think the battle cruisers are about the fastest we got, and with the high, well, yeah, they're back in vision. We don't need to speed them up. Good bit of fire happening here on Farnese as well. I think she's going to last too much longer. Even at 1x, that's a lot of rounds coming in pretty fast. Seeing 24% crew losses. Another one of those cases, it's a race between fire, crew loss, and structural damage. Judging by all those compartments, I kind of think extensive fire is going to win that one. Listing to starboard, down by the stern. Fire's raging. Progressive flooding on most of her hold. Not a good day for the Farnese. I'm not even sure which of my ships have 3-inch guns. Are these the two that are... I had a refit going to replace the 1.1s. However, that's a pretty long refit. Didn't happen for these guys yet. They don't have them. The heavy cruisers don't have... Oh, 3.9s on the 2 destroyers. That's where that 3-inch comes from. Oh, they scored 114 hits for almost 500 damage before they bowed out. I think this is the last similar situation. Crew losses, lots of fight. There he goes. Okay, I thought we got everybody. Nope, there is one. No, sinking here. What is this? Oh, there is still a light cruiser somewhere. Roberto sinking, Farnese sinking. That's a light, different silhouette. I think we've done enough. I'm not going to go off chasing the light cruiser that who knows how... Yeah. We don't even have a 10x, it's a 30x, so she's quite a ways away. Eight heavy cruisers sunk, 2 out of 3 light cruisers in both the destroyers. And we lost, well, it looks like we're going to have medium damage to Leoben. And then, of course, we lost a destroyer. I kind of thought I was keeping them out of trouble, but just the way that the battle flowed, all of a sudden, they were in trouble. So they get 1,000 points. We had 24,500 victory points. Kind of okay accuracies on the main guns for the heavy cruisers. Where's our 2 battle cruisers? Artemisia. Not as much as I would have thought, 22%. And Danao, 21%. Okay. Right, so per the patch notes, alliance shenanigans and existing campaigns are supposed to resolve when we advance a turn. Let's see if that happens. The Italian naval leader has been fired. Recent failures and overall poor management. Yeah. And maybe so, because we are back at war with France. And it's a little grayed out, but it's not showing that big war against Italy. Well, what is it showing here? It's showing, yeah, France versus Italy up here. And then Austria-Hungary versus France over here. It's hard to see because of the battle window there. So yeah, I guess it was kind of fixed up. Alright, so I guess maybe we can... Does it show politics? No. But after this battle, I bet we look at the politics, and despite having sunk half the Italian Navy, we'll still be at plus 95 relations with them. But that will have to wait for the next episode, I think, which will kick off with 6 of our destroyers having a go at this French battleship. If you like what we're doing with the channel, then leave a like, leave a comment, maybe even subscribe. If you're new to the channel and the series and want to see the other episodes in this series that you may not have seen yet, I am posting a link to the playlist right here. At any rate, thank you very, very much for watching. I appreciate it.